was doing just fine before me.
Alright guys, there seems to be, well not there seems, there is a disconnect, a complete disconnect when it comes to implementing social enterprise or social programs for refugee camps, rural area, etc. with social enterprise or entrepreneur. I've noticed so many times that when policy comes, nobody really engaged the whole ecosystem. So, especially now, in the past there used to be two entities that focus on social programs, government and NGOs. The challenge was, when you approach it on the government level, it's more on the macro, on the bigger picture. Then you come up with policies based on studies or data you've collected. NGOs usually work on the ground, but their approach is different also. They don't have a long-term approach of things. A lot of time, their program is 12 to 24 months. But social enterprise are there to not only build a sustainable business, to have a social impact, and they're there for a long period of time. But I believe that social enterprise is the next layer, the much bigger layer of knowing what's happening on the ground, and nobody is engaged in social enterprise. And you see social enterprise dealing with water issues, dealing with, of course, energy, dealing with farmers' issues. In our case, we're dealing with connectivity and job creation issues. Basically facilitating access to connectivity and digital services, because all services now, government services, private sector services, are moving into the digital space. And there's a problem, a huge gap for low-income people to access digital services because the infrastructure is not there. So that's what the problem is. Unfortunately, when policies are put together or developed, we are not engaging social enterprise. And even when you register a business, but that's a different topic. Even when you register a business, social enterprise is not even an entity. You're either private or an NGO. That's a different topic. But my point is, because of this issue, what we've seen, especially in refugee camps, we've seen programs, same programs run by 3, 4 different NGOs, hiring a bunch of people to collect the same data they need to collect, to figure out what's going on, where they could save their money, talk to social enterprise operating in that ecosystem, in that case refugee camps, learning what they've learned, develop a pilot program, and use that money wisely. And what's pissed me off the most is that we've been doing this business for the last 5 years. I've been attending conferences for the last 5 years. We've been talking about the same problem for the last 5 years. And this problem is not getting any better because the same thing. The root of the problem is on the policy making. If those people have no experience, don't even know what the problem is on the ground, sometimes the policies are made 10,000 miles away, not, just based on whatever data they collected, and they try to implement that, and it's a total failure. And we keep talking about the same problem over and over and over again. And a lot of those problems can be solved quickly, efficiently, and in a sustainable manner. We've done it. Other companies have done it. But if we don't work together, all the stakeholders are sitting together before the policy are developed, but they sit down, talk to, if they want to solve the water issue, okay, who's working in that space, not just NGO. And you find yourself, and you find yourself that those policy making are not necessarily there to really solve a problem. But a lot of time it's just people play politics, etc. But I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. But why are we not sitting together and trying to solve this problem? I don't get that. Maybe whoever's watching this, if you're a policy maker, why are we not sitting together? Why are we not coming together and come up with structures so we can have long-term solutions? Why are we not incorporating social enterprise, which is my biggest issue? Why are we not, incorporating social enterprise? We always incorporate big name NGOs, but the problem, the things are changing now. This thing of giving money, dumping money into a program 2 years and then leaving that program, developing another one, it's crazy. Most NGOs that we know, that I know, half of their department are just grant writers. Half of their department is just about writing grants. Can you imagine? A lot of their resources just writing grants. And I'm not saying they're not doing the work and all, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if we don't come together to solve some of those biggest social impact, we shouldn't be surprised that those problems are not getting solved. It's just that simple. Thanks.